We've introduced a new tool in FarmCommand app, that being the Harvest Manager. And within that, we can create load tickets as the grain is coming off the field. It's a good way to track those loads and the weights of those loads. It's going to help us store that information and then do a post-calibration after the season if need be. Without further ado, I'll just get started and get right into it. So you're going to see right on the dashboard of the app a new tab, that being the Harvest Manager. So if I click on that button there, it'll take me into the Harvest tool. First, you're going to see here is a dashboard and a list view. Now I'm seeing this because I've created load tickets in this account before. If you haven't created any load tickets, you would just see a circle here in the middle that says add a new ticket, and it would run you through that initial setup process. So I can still do that. If I go to the list view and hit new ticket, this would take me through a very similar setup. So first off, we would choose a ticket date, a time of the ticket. So I'm going to just choose right now. And then we can choose a field. So if we're within a field border in FarmCommand, it will choose that field automatically. You may have to scroll to find that field, but it would have the check mark selected and saying you are here down below based off of your GPS location. Since I'm in the office, I don't have that luxury right now, so I'm just going to select a field. So I'll go LS home. You can see the check mark appears, and I can hit next down below. And so this time I chose a canola field. So once again, we're just confirming the crop type and variety, entering a moisture. So this I'll enter a lower moisture for canola field. And once again, we're at the weight spot. So to enter a specific weight, we would just press right into the enter weight. You can't see the keyboard pop up, but on your phone or on an iPad without an attached keyboard, you would see that keyboard pop up and allow you to enter a weight. So I'll just enter 25,000, and then we can choose our units. So we can either choose pounds or kilograms. The scale on our farm uses pounds, and so that's what I'll choose. This allows us to choose an actual or estimated weight as well. If we know for sure that that's the amount that we got into the truck from the cart, or if we knew that that was the scale ticket coming from the scale or the elevator, we could choose actual. If it was more estimated value, we could choose that as well. I'll hit next to go on to the next step. We can enter any notes regarding the load, maybe entering a bin it was going to, or any other details you wanted to add. You could enter that here and hit next. And so we're almost done. If there was anything we wanted to adjust to that ticket, we could hit edit and go back, or at the bottom here we can hit save and finish. So that's successfully added our first ticket. If I hit done, it takes us back to the list, and I can filter to see that ticket we just added. So here's the ticket we just added. You can see there's a few more test ones that we created. If I click right on this ticket here, it does show me the details associated with that ticket. So we're looking at the date, the field, the weight, whether it was actual or estimated, and then that moisture we had added. And once again, if we wanted to anything on that ticket, we could do so by hitting edit. We can also view that ticket and add tickets quickly for the same field here on the dashboard. Now I'm going to be taking a few loads off this field as I go through the day. Rather than going through that entire setup every time, we can simply just click here where the amount is, erase that, and input a new number for the next load. Just click on the screen and hit new ticket again, and that adds that ticket and increases our field load total here down below. Just an easy way to keep going through the day without having to go through that initial setup. Now the things can change as you are going throughout the day. Maybe the moisture has changed, either going up or down. We can also edit that feature. If I go to the pencil here, maybe this ticket we just created had a lower moisture. If I were to hit next and then done again, you can see that ticket is updated. Now every ticket that I add after that change will also include that newly changed value of moisture. We can also quickly change actual and estimated values. And all of those tickets are then added to our list view here below. Now if you have multiple users in the account using this and adding load tickets, a good way to be able to sync that information is going to the menu in the top left corner and then going to offline data. If you hit sync all on the bottom, that will allow Harvest Manager to sync up and see any newly added tickets that could be added by a different user. Also, if you go to the hamburger menu at the top and go to settings, you can see there's a load tickets settings here, allowing you to choose between metric and imperial units. So that's a quick look at the Harvest tool and adding load tickets. We are enhancing this here as we move forward. So pay attention to a few small changes that we may see in the next release. Some small things like adding additional sorting rather than just time the ticket was added. Could be crop type, field. We're also looking at adding on the summary of these tickets actual amount of bushels based on the weight that was added. So a few small things coming, and a great tool that we've added here just recently. I will say that the Harvest Manager is the only user interface for this tool right now. You're not going to find these tickets added into the FarmCommand website yet. But all these tickets are saved here for you to view and edit, as well as saved in the background. So we do have this information saved and will be displaying in FarmCommand.com in the future.
Andrea also has a question. Andrea is wondering, will the upcoming updates include an automatic weight added by the grain cart scale?
So the next update will not include that. We are in testing with that software. And we're getting out and doing that here in the near future. But as for the next update, no, it won't be included.
And Kathy's wondering, will it sync across all devices with the app?
Yes, anybody who has access to the app, that account on their phone or tablet, they will have access to anything within the Harvest Manager, anything within the app in general, whether that's weather, scouting, and so on.
Also, does it average moisture for the field total?
So that's something that we're looking on adding for the next release, is that averaging moisture. We don't have that currently right now, though.
Thanks everyone for joining, and we will see you next Thursday.